Hello again. Here's that practice I was telling you about. It just takes about a minute and a half. And all you have to do is ask a simple question. And that question is, where do I notice ease? We're going to do a practice where you ask that question a number of times. When you ask the question about ease, you just want your brain to be curious. You don't need to find ease. Not like the thing we did in the other exercise where I asked you to find a place that feels a little easier. This is just going to be a question in your mind. You're just going to ask your brain to be curious. Where do I notice ease? And you're not really going to notice, did that work? Do you feel tense? Do you feel easy? Yeah, just ask the question. Almost as if it was just written in front of you on a cue card. Where do I notice ease? And it has a question mark on the end. It's so important that it's a question and that you want your brain to be curious and not know the answer. So we're going to practice asking this question a bunch of times. Every time you ask it, your system gets just a little easier. So we're going to ask it 40 times because then your system gets 1 degree easier when you ask it. And it gets another degree easier when you ask it again and again. So it really piles on. So let's do this together. You'll do it silently. And when you do it on your own, you'll do it silently, just in your own mind. And don't put any effort into thinking of it. Doesn't mean that you'll be thinking of something else and just kind of repeating the words. But you just think, well, there's that question. Where do I notice ease? Just almost like it was floating through your brain, almost on the ocean mist, floating through your brain. Just the simple question, where do I notice ease? We're going to do this together, and to do it a bunch of times, to do it 40 times, which is what I'd like you to do, it's really easy if you just keep track of it by doing it 4 times a finger, then all 10 fingers, and you've done it 40 times. And it's very quick since you don't need to find the answer and you don't need to feel the results each time or look for any kind of sense of result. You want to get good at just taking your attention very easily and just simply asking your brain, I'm curious, where do I notice ease? And then that's it. And then we're going to the next time you ask it. So let's do this together. I'm going to do it with my hands up here so you can see which finger I'm on. But rest your hands easily in your lap or somewhere comfortable. And we'll start with the thumb of one hand. Where do I notice ease? Where do I notice ease? Where right now is there a little bit of ease in my system? I'm curious, where is there some ease? We'll switch to the index finger. Where do I notice ease? Where do I notice a little bit of ease? Right now, where do I notice ease in my system? Where do I notice ease? And we'll switch to the middle finger. Where do I notice ease? Where's there a little bit of ease in my system right now? Where right now do I notice ease? Where's there just a little bit of ease in my system? We'll switch to the ring finger. Where do I notice ease? Where right now do I notice a little bit of ease? Where else seems easy? Where else seems easy? Switch to the little finger. Where right now is there ease? Where do I notice ease? Where do I notice just a little bit of ease? Where do I notice a little bit of ease in my system? We switch to the thumb of the other hand. Where do I notice ease? Right now, where is there a little ease in my system? Where do I notice ease? I'm curious, where's there some ease in my system? Index finger. Where do I notice a little bit of ease? Where else seems easy? Where do I notice ease? Where do I notice a little bit of ease? And switch to the middle finger. Where do I notice ease? Where do I notice ease? Right now, where else seems easy? Where do I notice ease? And we'll switch to the ring finger. Where do I notice ease? Where do I notice just a little bit of ease? I'm curious, where else feels easy? Where do I notice ease? And we switch to the little finger. Where do I notice ease? Where do I notice just a little bit of ease in my system? Where do I notice ease? Where do I notice a little bit of ease? There, you've done it 40 times, and it's really pretty quick. And I know I switched the words around a little bit. You can find a question that works for you, but you basically just want to ask your system. You're asking your brain really to just take that question and do whatever it wants with it. Where do I notice ease? And as long as you're not focusing on something else when you're doing it and thinking of something else, and if you find your mind drifting, just come back and just ask the question as if you're simply reading the words out and there's a question mark on the end. If you do that practice twice a day for a week, I think you'll notice a change in your overall bottom line ease. And particularly, you'll notice how easy it is, no pun intended or pun intended, really, how easy it is when you're feeling uncomfortable, when you're feeling stress, when you're feeling pain or tension, to just switch your attention for a moment to asking that question. And if you keep doing this longer than a week, which would be great, if you just keep doing this practice, keep doing it twice a day for as long as you can, you'll get more and more skilled at being able to throw that question in. Even without the words, you'll start thinking of the question and you've already thought of it. And it just has an effect. So you can be in the middle of doing something else, figuring out something in an email, working on something online, or in a stressful situation or feeling uncomfortable. And you can switch your attention so fast by just asking that question or thinking of asking that question that it doesn't stop you from doing what you're doing. It just gives you a change 1 degree easier. And if you think of asking it again as you're doing that thing, you get 1 degree easier on top of that. So each time you get 1 degree easier on top of ease. So I hope you'll play around with it.